Hey there everyone, and welcome to me doing this. Sorry, I'm a tad out of breath here for IRL reasons, but yeah. Welcome to me doing the out of sight storyline for Trigger, one of the newly added characters in Zenless Zone Zero. I mean, we recently did Soldier Zero Ambi. Also, I have to admit, Echoes of Silver was actually a nice name to give it. Anyway, here we are with Out of Sight. Also, I'm recording this the entire story here in advance, so I'm gonna be breezing through these. I'm gonna be going through the entire story, but you guys get it obviously still in the 3 parts. Anywho, this is a story that took place in the past, a story of a rookie proxy named Phaethon who meets a young lady at the crossroads of fate. Wise, we've been on 6th Street for a while now. How many Internet commissions have we taken these past few days? We're still newbies, so you know how it is. I see. It's okay. We're starting our proxy business and video store business from scratch. It'll take time. I've been busy managing the store, so thanks for handling the Ethernet side of things, Wise. Living together in this crazy little home is already much better than life right after leaving the academy. As long as we gradually build our reputation, we'll eventually have a chance to uncover clues about the fall of the old capital. Wise, let's take it slow. Yeah, but I still want to take on some commissions. I knew you'd say that. But this worry will be solved soon. Actually, I saw how hard you've been working to find commissions. So these past few days I've also been searching on Ethernet for an intelligence broker who can find commissions for us. If we can establish a long-term partnership with such a professional intelligence broker, we won't have to worry about getting commissions in the future. Don't I deserve a little praise? Good job. And today I've arranged a meeting, or I arranged to meet him at the store. He should be here soon. At that moment, a sudden knock comes from the door. That must be him. Wise, let's go and talk to him. Maybe the first commission we work on with him will give us a totally awesome surprise. Oh, you bet. As the front door opens, a man in a suit walks in. Although he wears a friendly and reliable smile, there is still something slightly off about him. Wise, let me introduce you to this professional intelligence broker I found on Ethernet. Hang up. Nice to meet you both. You can call me Severed. Alright. I'm glad you two chose to work with me. By the way, are you just starting out in this line of work? Nice to meet you. We haven't been in the business for too long, or we just started, but business hasn't been. Let's go with the top one. I understand. It's normal for rookie proxies like you to have a hard time finding commissions. But please don't worry. As an intelligence broker, I exist precisely for people like you. Let me check my notes. Your name is Phaethon, right? What kind of commissions do you usually specialize in? We're great at any commissions. What an energetic response. These days, many young proxies lack the energy you have. That being said, combat-related commissions might be a bit tricky, right? You two don't seem to like fighters, and hiring combat personnel can be expensive for new proxies. To be honest, I'm not sure I feel comfortable assigning you anything dangerous. Well, we'll find a way to handle it. You'll soon see our abilities in action, though. The actual commission, huh? Well then, I hope, I happen to have a recently issued commission that could serve as the perfect starting point for a partnership. I believe this commission is of the perfect difficulty to assess your abilities. Sorry. If you're interested, let me explain the details. Shall we move to a more convenient place to talk? It's not suitable to talk about this at the counter, so you move it to a small room which Savers is discuss things that are in detail.
Our first assignment together is a missing person commission. There's no need for combat or venturing into any hollows, so it's completely safe. Honestly, I can't think of a better way to test your skills.
I don't need the voice. Woohoo. Why hire a proxy then?
With all due respect to the client, a proxy's role is to guide people through the hollows. Is it worth hiring a proxy for a commission that doesn't even involve going into one?
Don't get me wrong, I'm definitely not trying to pass this off on you. Your ability to navigate the hollow is unquestionable. That's what makes a proxy a proxy. But this role involves more than just that, and this commission is a perfect opportunity to demonstrate those other skills. To be honest, the client barely gave us anything to work with, just pieces of info. That's why this is a perfect chance to show off your skills in gathering intel, spotting details, and negotiating. All the makings of a top-tier proxy.
Except the commission, of course.
All right, you've sold me. Let's see what we're dealing with.
Severed nods, and in satisfaction pulls out the 3 items out from his pocket, and music and photos. Ooh la la.
The client has only provided us with these 3 clues. All we know is that the woman in the photo is your target.
Wait, just a photo? That's barely a clue. No name, no background, not even her usual haunts? And what's up with the harmonica and the sheet music?
The client doesn't seem to have any more info, though it's possible they just don't want to share. But the client did mention if you get stuck, you should try playing the sheet music with the harmonica. Well then, I'll leave this commission in your capable hands. Keep me in the loop if you make any breakthroughs. Just ping me on Knock Knock.
Finding someone with just a photo and a melody. That's like searching for a needle in a haystack. Got any ideas, Wise?
Sorry, I'm a bit distracted because right outside my window there's like this really big crow just staring at me from outside. Probably a bit ominous, but Not like I'm gonna die soon, right? Anyway, let's go to Port Elpis and look for clues. Sorry about that.
Maybe we should check Port Elpis. Women with their eyes covered aren't exactly that common. Remember when we visited the sea a while back? I think we saw someone who fit that description. Remember? You were in a bad mood, so we went to the sea to clear our heads. We even bought some fries, but you got distracted by a woman passing by with her eyes covered, and the seagull took the fries right out of your hand.
Now that you mention it, yeah, I remember. She did look a lot like the woman in the photo. And I was just curious, all right? She stood out. How was I supposed to know the seagulls there were so aggressive? Anyway, it's an unexpected lead. Let's check out the port and see if we can dig anything up.
But what I was gonna say, sorry for pausing there for a minute, because it's just so weird that the big ass crow was just right outside my window just staring at me. Wise, we're here. Now let's find this guy. However, we saw that girl a week ago, and I don't know if she's actually the person we're looking for. Even if she is, it's who knows whether she's still at the port or not. We better go we better get started. All right, since we don't have any other leads, we might as well. I'll try hacking into the cameras here to check if she's been around recently. As for you, Wise, take the photo and ask the locals and passers-by around here. Well, first let's ask this one. Welcome to Taker King. Our fries and hot dogs combo is a hot seller. Would you like to give it a try? Also, that seagull just immediately already eating the fries there. So sanitary, am I right? Hello, have you seen this person? Oh, I remember seeing this girl before. When exactly? Maybe once every 1 or 2 months. I'll see her wandering around this area, but I've never spoken to her, and she doesn't seem to interact with anyone around here, so I don't really know much about her background. So she hasn't been around recently? I don't think so. I don't remember seeing her recently. Are you looking for her? I can keep an eye out for you. Alright, thanks. By the way, would you like some fries? The seagulls here always try to steal the fries. I mean, hey, that does mean that the fries are so good, the animals are willing to steal it every time. Alright then. The seagulls have been too active recently. Will they have a negative impact on the sales of our fries? Looks like I shouldn't have. Looks like I shouldn't feed them too much in the future. Well, there's the reason. Well, there's the reason for the seagull problem, right there. I feed them. That's totally fine. It's not gonna have any negative impact later. Seagulls being super aggressive. It's like they're addicted to French fries right now. This door upstairs. Someone must live here. Someone must be living here, right? If the blindfolded woman has appeared around the port, maybe whomever lives here has seen her. Try knocking on the door. Complete silence, but there seems to be some kind of noise inside. Knock on the door again. Ooh. Excuse me. Have you seen this person? Ooh. Let me see. The door slightly opens. I carefully hand the photo over, and with 3 seconds, the person returns it. Never seen. Disappear in the end. Everyone will disappear, including me. The door shuts. That was all, or what was that all about? Some conspiracy theorist weirdo? Most likely. If we can climb the lighthouse and overlook the entire port, maybe we'll spot the blindfolded woman somewhere. Try climbing the lighthouse. Just as you try opening the door leading to the top of the lighthouse, an old man appears behind you. McDone. Hey, what do you think you're doing? The lighthouse is currently off limits. No one is allowed to enter. Sorry, I didn't know. If I hadn't shown up, you would have just gone straight in, wouldn't you? This lighthouse hasn't been properly maintained for years. If something happened to you, who would take responsibility? Besides, what do you need to go up the lighthouse for? I'm looking for someone. Have you seen this person? Let me see. This girl does have a rather memorable appearance. Let me guess. Oh my god, she's wearing a blindfold and she's packing a nice cake. Kind of reminds you of a certain other character in another video game, right? Blindfolded, nice cake. Specifically a cake with a lot of polygons. Alright, but I don't remember seeing her before. I think she might have been here before. Is that so? I usually keep two around the lighthouse. If she was on the docks walking, I definitely would have seen her. If you're looking for her, I suggest checking around there. At the very least, I haven't seen this girl near the lighthouse. Alright, thanks. I've asked a few people, but none of the clues seem particularly useful. I should head back and discuss our progress with Belle. Oh, she's already here.
I've got nothing. How about you, Wise?
Let's try the harmonica again.
Looks like this isn't something that can be solved with a quick trip to the port.
Yep.
But since we're here, how about we try playing the harmonica? I'm not sure what good it'll do, but if it doesn't work, we'll just buy some fries and head back home.
I agree. Playing the harmonica and buying fries, both are officially your job now.
I guess there's no saying no to you. Fine. But just so you know, I'm not good at it. So don't blame me if it sounds terrible.
Oh wow, the sudden cutoff there. Er, it was pretty accurate.
That
Yeah.
was pretty painful. And it didn't do a thing. Let's just grab some fries and call it a day.
Excuse me. Were you the ones playing the harmonica just now?
Sorry for my brother making a bit of a ruckus. We'll just... Wait. You're the person in the photo. When did you... I didn't even hear any footsteps.
My apologies. Moving quietly is second nature to me. I didn't mean to startle you. If I may ask, where did you learn that melody?
Belle shoots you a questioning glance. The blindfolded woman from the photo actually appeared. What an unexpected surprise, but now what? First things first, let's bring her back home.
Actually, we're proxies. The song was given to us by our client. We didn't expect it to help us find you. Our client is looking for you, you see. Why don't we discuss the details somewhere else?
I see. Please lead the way. I'd also like to meet this client of yours.
Why don't we head back to the store?
Okay, let's go check in with Shepard. Oh, I almost forgot. Your name is...
My real name. I haven't used that in a long time, but I do have a code name. You can call me Charon.
You return to the video store with the woman who calls herself Charon. Along the way, you introduce yourselves and share a bit about your...
Miss Charon,
Never
I've
mind.
already contacted the information broker who issued the commission. Once he gets here, it shouldn't be long before you can meet the client. Feel free to have a seat on the couch. I'll grab you something to drink.
Thank you, but please, don't mind me. By the way, the second row from the top on your TV wall, third unit from the left, it has a connection issue. You might want to check it out when you have time.
How did you spot that?
Let me see. You're right. How did you pick up on that? I thought there was some lag lately.
I rely on my hearing. I lost most of my vision in an accident. I can just about make out the outlines of my surroundings. To move around like an average citizen, I've trained my other senses to be extremely sharp. I heard a faint buzzing sound. By moving around the room and noticing the change in sound, I was able to pinpoint the location of the faulty TV.
Sorry to bring it up.
Sorry. I hope my question didn't seem rude.
No need to apologize. Vision isn't the only way to perceive the world. As proxies, you two should know that better than most. Anything that can be seen with your eyes can never be considered a secret.
Alright.
It's me again! You two found the target already? Wow, Phaethon, you guys are incredible. If you're always this fast, you could take on anything.
The client didn't come with you?
I didn't expect things to move so quickly either, but it's nothing, really. By the way, didn't the client come with you? Charon here would like to meet them.
Where to start? It's great that you were able to find the woman in the photo, but there's a new problem. I can't get in touch with the client anymore. There's been no reply from his Knock Knock account since yesterday. I brushed it off at first, but there's still no reply today. Just when I thought he might have skipped town, his account suddenly sent me a location, the edge of a hollow. Who sends something like that in normal circumstances?
They definitely didn't sound normal.
From the edge of a hollow? That seems strange.
Sorry.
And with no other word from the client.
Either way, I'll keep trying to reach the client. I hope he's alright. Let's stay in touch for now. We won't be wrapping up this commission for a while.
Sorry, but I overheard your conversation. Could you share that location with me? If I investigate the hollow, I might pick up some clues.
You're Miss Charon? No offense, but the hollow isn't somewhere just anyone can waltz into. Without a carrot or combat personnel, it's a death trap. You should wait.
I'm a soldier. I served with the Eridu Defense Force under the Chrysoberyl Division. Even after retiring, I've made countless trips into the hollow. You can trust in my combat skills. The heart rates of you and the two proxies here seem to have just spiked. Don't worry. My military days are far behind me. I have no current ties with them. As for getting into the Hollow... Proxies, can I request your assistance? I don't know anyone else who could guide me. I'll pay the commission fee as best I can. If you don't want to be involved, that's fine. I'll think of something.
We want to find the client quickly too.
We're just as eager to find the client. After all, no client, no payment.
True.
Besides, if we said no, you'd still head into the Hollow alone, wouldn't you?
How did you know?
So I was right. You remind me of how Belle and I used to be. So fixated on finding someone that nothing else mattered, not even your own safety. Well, since Miss Charon wants to investigate, I'm willing to act as the proxy for no additional fee. Just leave it to us, Shepard.
I see.
Oh,
that works for
Shepard.
me. With the client still unreachable, my hands are tied. Please, look into the Hollow, and be careful.
I just said
I'm
severed.
really sorry for troubling you both.
Whoops.
Finding this client is very important to me, so I may have acted a bit out of line just now.
Seeing how determined you are to find this person.
Don't worry about it. Seeing how determined you are to find this person, we can't just sit back and do nothing.
True.
Let's work together to find them.
Alright, head into the... Whoops. Slightly step on the door frame. Alright. Oh, I can select any party members, huh?
Pick me, and I promise you'll learn big.
Tempting. So very tempting.
So cocky.
This is the path. My blade is ready.
Don't just think about it.
It's our turn, bro.
Pick me, and I promise you'll learn big.
Ah, fuck it.
The Denny's keep rolling in.
Seriously though, that outfit gave her some unexpected jiggle physics. Don't know if she had them before, but
Miss Charon, I need some time to calculate the Hollow route.
Leave this to me, Proxy. Actually, I've been to this Hollow before for reasons. I still remember the way forward clear as day. The path ahead. It should be right around here. I wasn't here too long ago. One moment, Proxy. I might have misremembered. I just need to think.
I'm sure you're well aware that hollows undergo periodic spatial distortions and reconstruction.
Banish. Time to pin them down.
It's no good surrendering.
and fighting.
That's why each time we enter, we need the most up-to-date carrot. You're not lost because you can't remember.
Position. Show no mercy.
After you left the hollow, spatial distortion occurred. That's why.
So also, I thought the guy was dead already.
Sorry for being so presumptuous, Proxy.
Sorry for the glitch there,
I
I think.
got ahead of myself and made things...
By the way, Miss Charon, how are you so fluid when you move and fight?
Yeah, I wonder.
Is it because of your exceptional hearing and tactile senses?
That's one part of it. In fact, my eyes gained some unique abilities as they changed. I can't see most things clearly, but I'm able to detect the etheric...
Wait, Something's up ahead. There's someone on the ground.
Huh. A man and a woman lie collapsed on the ground, with an unmistakable smell of blood emitting from them. Following the source of the scent, you see the bullet holes in their bodies. Check their condition. I think they're dead. No signs of breathing. Their heartbeats and pulse are completely gone. These two are dead. No shit. Cause of death appears to be severe blood loss from long-range gunshot wounds. Time of death probably within the last 1 or 2 hours, just before we entered the hollow. Which means this isn't just a case of losing contact with our clients. Someone's been killing people in the hollow, though I don't see the killer nearby right now. There's still a chance they're active somewhere in the hollow. Proxy, don't stare out, or don't stray out of my sight, or don't stray from my side. Sorry, I'll keep you safe. Those two. I really want to take their bodies out of the hollow, but without knowing their killers' whereabouts, moving them would be too risky. Sorry. Proxy, mark these coordinates. Once we confirm the area is safe, we'll come back to retrieve their bodies. I'm sorry, the ground must be cold. May you rest in peace.
What could have happened? Who did this?
Given the depth of the wound and the caliber of the bullet, the killer was a sniper, just like me.
Neat. Boss fight.
The surrounding ether levels have increased significantly. What's going on?
Victory.
Hold on. Let me find what's causing the ether level increase. Up ahead, there are multiple devices leaking ether non-stop.
Oh no. Actually,
Those are high-pressure ether storage tanks, filled with highly concentrated ether.
All high-pressure ether tanks have been disabled. We can keep moving.
alright, so I just had to shoot them. More dead people.
Wait. Charon, I'm detecting 4 life forms up ahead. Let's go take a look.
Proxy, there are 4 people over here. They're all still alive. I'm not detecting any ether fluctuations from any other life forms nearby.
Check their condition.
They're still survivors. Charon, can you check their condition?
Confirmed. 1 is seriously injured. A bullet pierced their lung. The other 3? No internal injuries, just a few minor wounds. They're all unconscious. The one with severe wounds. His etheric fluctuations are nearly completely gone. He's beyond saving.
Who are you?
Dying man.
Help me. It hurts. So cold. I don't want to die.
Is there really no way to save him?
Is there nothing else we can do? If we contact the hospital and get him out of the hollow right away...
His internal organs are ruptured. He'll bleed out long before we can get him out. No rescue team can beat the clock when life fades this fast.
am I dying? I just want to go home.
Ah. Aww. Aww. I mean, you guys can read this, right? Because, goddamn. Sad. Are you okay?
Are you alright? Did you get hurt fighting earlier?
I'm fine, don't worry about me. As I mentioned before, these eyes of mine have their uses, but they bring just as much inconvenience. The rejection reaction you saw just now is one of them. Staring into death. It's not something I handle well.
My head. Where am I? Who are you people? I remember now. There was a madman, a lunatic who tied me up and dragged me into the hollow. You're not.
I'm not the lunatic you're talking about. Can you stand? There are 2 more unconscious survivors here. If you can, help us carry one of them. Let's get out of here together.
Leave? We can leave this place? What about that lunatic who shot at me from the shadows?
The culprit's already gone.
Looks like the person behind this has already left. Charon, let's get the survivors out of here. Follow me.
Neato. Yeah, obviously I did the most damage with Miyabi. Oh, whoops. Alright. Exhausted and unable to carry any more bodies, you record the coordinates of a few of the corpses. Once this is all over, you should make sure to report them anonymously to public security. With Charon, you keep your guard up alongside the 3 survivors, eventually arriving at the abandoned metro entrance in front of the Billet Twins Road. Proxy, let's take a short break here. The air around the Billet Twins has been abandoned due to the hollow disaster, and no one's likely to be around. It's both secluded and safe, making it a perfect place for a conversation. Those 3 survivors. Yes, I know. They just escaped from the killer, who we need to check on their injuries and mental well-being. Could one of them be the client? I think the first 2 bodies that we found, it's more likely that one of those 2 is the client or the killer is the actual client. Unfortunately, I don't think so. After they woke up and saw me, they didn't have any particular reaction. If they were the ones who assigned the commission to find me, they should have recognized me to the same extent. Proxy, I'll keep watch around here and be on the lookout for the perpetrator trying to track us or attempting to ambush us. Could you please have a brief conversation with the 3 survivors? I think they might have information on the perpetrator, sorry. And to be honest, I think they might know. It's probably just my imagination. I'll gather information from them first. Thank you, Proxy. Right. Thank goodness. I can't believe it. I'm still alive and out of the hollow. What's your name? Oh, me? I'm Jazzy. I'm so grateful you were there to save me. When that maniac was chasing me and sniping at me, I really thought I was done for. I have some questions I want to ask you. Questions? Sorry. Go ahead and ask. Although I really don't want to remember what just happened. You did save my life. How were you kidnapped and brought to the Hollow? I was tricked. I received an anonymous message telling me there was a big job I could do, asking me to meet in the alley on 6th Street. I had just arrived at the agreed spot and was waiting when someone hit me from behind and knocked me out. When I woke up, I was already in the hollow, and my hands and feet were tied. I don't have any more questions. Take some time to calm down. Is that all what you wanted to ask? Well, anyway, thank you all. If you had come any later, I think all three of us would have been killed by that maniac. Alright. Take a deep breath. If your emotions get too intense, the wound might reopen. I still feel like I'm gonna throw up. The fear that someone's still trying to shoot me, it just won't go away. Are you guys okay? I would say no, but I'm not an expert. I'm okay. Did you save us? I'm just about handling up, or holding up. I've more or less recovered from the shock. I remember you. You were looking for someone around Port Elpis, weren't you? I wasn't, so she was one of the people I could talk to. Alright. Yes, I think I've seen you before. How embarrassing. I never thought we'd meet again like this. Wink, wink. What are your names? My name is Zoe. Aaron. Just call me Aaron. Feeling nauseous again? Ugh. I managed to hold it in. Did you want to ask us something? I have some questions for you. No problem. We'll answer what we can. How did you guys get kidnapped and taken into the Hollow? For me, I was sightseeing at Port Amos earlier. After that, I was on my way back home, driving along the desert road, when I seemed to hit something, so I got out of the car to check. Just a few seconds after I got out of the car, someone hit me from behind, knocked me out. I still have a bump on the back of my head. You can feel it. Let me take a look. There really is a bump on the back of her head. Of your head, sorry. As for me, I was sitting at home with my friends when someone pried open the lock and tampered with our food or water or something. I don't remember what they did exactly, but shortly after we both passed out. Were we the only three rescued from the hollow? Did you see another woman? Yes, but she was already dead. Just you three. Or just the three of you. Alright. I've got a few more questions. Nah, just take some time to calm down. Alright, anyways, thank you and your companions. If it weren't for your arrival, I don't think the perpetrator would have let us leave so easily. We were being targeted. I can't take this anymore. Blah. And talk to Karen. After a brief check on the three survivors, you share what you've learned with Charon. She then calls the three.
Thank you all for assisting me, even though I'm a stranger. You've given me valuable information.
It's the least we can do after you saved our lives. If there's anything else you want to ask, go right ahead.
I do have some questions left to ask. Before that, could the three of you introduce yourselves? I'd like to see if there's a pattern to how the killer chose their targets.
I'll go first. My name's Zoe. I used to be a soldier in the Defense Force, but now I'm just working a regular desk job at a private company. Don't let that fool you, though. I've earned my stripes.
I'm Jesse, currently working as an internet information broker. I'm still pretty new at it, though, so I can't think of any reason someone would target me.
My turn? I'm Erin. I was also in the Defense Force, but now I'm unemployed. Actually, I have a question for you all. Did you see my friend when you were in the Hollow? She's about my height, with shoulder-length blonde hair and a mole under her eye. We were kidnapped together, but I can't find her anywhere now.
I don't recall seeing anyone like that.
If I'm not mistaken, we didn't come across anyone like that in the Hollow, among both the survivors or the bodies.
It's all right. I'll keep looking. I hope she's okay. We were always inseparable. We even planned to visit Scott Outpost together for Remembrance Day. I never thought something like this would happen.
Remembrance Day?
Remembrance Day? What's that?
As the name suggests, it's a day organized by the Defense Force for the families of deceased soldiers and veterans. People gather to mourn their loved ones who died in the fall of the old capital and find comfort in each other's company.
I didn't know the Defense Force did that. Huh. Maybe I should go check it out.
If I can't find her anywhere else, I'll head to Remembrance Day alone. Maybe she'll show up there. Was your missing friend also a member of the Defense Force? Yes, she and I were in the same squad. Obsidian Division's Cartis squad.
Yeah. So this is a targeted attack on the Defense Force. I mean, yeah, aside from the info broker, they all have a military background, so would assume so.
This sounds like a series of murders targeting the Defense Force. But then, Jesse wasn't with the Defense Force.
No, you're probably not far off. Jesse claims to have been up front, but he neglected to mention he was once part of the Defense Force. Right, Jesse?
Well, that's... I just don't like bringing up my past in the Defense Force. It's not like I'm trying to hide it. They're just memories from my time there that I'd rather forget. I was part of Obsidian Division's Noct Squad. That's the absolute truth.
I was also in the Obsidian Division, Impura Squad. I don't know who those who died in the Hollow were, but it seems the killer really is targeting members of the Defense Force.
Of a specific squad,
Wait a second.
actually.
If I remember correctly, during the fall of the old capital, didn't our 3 squads work together on a mission outside Hollow Zero?
We did? I don't really remember.
I have a vague memory of it, but there were so many people on the mission, I don't remember your faces.
Thank you all for the information. I'm starting to see a pattern in the killer's choice of targets. But there's something else I need to ask. I came to this hollow because someone I'm searching for sent me its location. And that person was likely being held by the killer as well. Did you happen to see anyone else?
The 3 survivors exchanged confused glances before shaking their heads at her.
You're not giving us much to go on. At least tell us what kind of person you're looking for. Male or female, what they look like. Can't offer much help without that.
Sorry, I don't have much else to share. Even so, if any of you remember anything else that may be useful, please let me know. This is very important to me.
You don't even know who they are, yet you're so determined to find them. Is it really going to be an issue if you can't find this person?
Maybe. I've been searching for someone for a long time. They might be the key to achieving my goal.
I see. Whatever happens, I hope you find them. If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know.
Thank you. But please, prioritize your own safety. If the killer is targeting former Defense Force members, there's a good chance they'll come after you again. Stay vigilant.
Of course. Once I've checked out Remembrance Day, I'm locking myself in my room and throwing away the key.
To be fair, they were all in a specific squad, so I'm assuming they're just gonna... They're targeting members of that specific squad for some reason. You return to the random play with Corona. Even after questioning those 3 survivors, it seems the clues we've gathered are still not enough. Our goal is to find the missing client right now. We only know that he was likely kidnapped, probably the killer, by the perpetrator, but we have no idea who the perpetrator is or where they went. Karon, do you have any ideas? I think the other proxy is right. The information the 3 survivors provided is limited. With our current information, it's hard to deduce where we should go next to find the client, or our clues have run dry. But we still got something out of it. At least we now know that some characteristics of the perpetrator. A sadistic sniper with a grudge against the Defense Force. They're meticulous in planning, avoid open confrontation, and are obsessed with committing crimes in the Hollow. With these characteristics and the Hollow coordinates, we might be able to deduce the general area where the perpetrator operates, as well as potential bases where they might have placed the kidnapping victims. But that would take quite a lot of time. Yes, and while we're narrowing down the search, the perpetrator might continue committing more crimes. Charon seems somewhat agitated. The lack of clues plugs you all into silence. Just as you are about to accept reality and start organizing the current clues to narrow down the search, the door of the video store suddenly opens. Someone's here. Wise, I think it's Shepard. He's at the corner. He is at the counter. The intelligence Ethernet broker might have something important to tell us. Proxy, let's go talk to him fast. Wait, is this just like one massive story? Because if so, holy crap, I have a long video to upload. Alright, you bring Shepard to the room where you can talk. Yeah, don't need to voice it.
Finn, you've already been to the Hollow and made it back safely?
Take a moment to catch your breath.
Did you run all the way here? Do you need a moment?
Sorry,
We've already been to the Hollow, but unfortunately, we haven't found the client yet.
I'm fine. Did you find any clues there?
There are traces left behind. Signs of a kidnapping. It's very likely the client was involved.
Cooperate with Charon and share only part of the info.
That's right. It seems the client was kidnapped, taken into the Hollow, and later moved again. We're still looking for more clues. So, what made you rush over to the store?
Well, just take a look for yourself.
Shepard shows you his phone about 10 minutes ago. The missing client sent him another location to on Knock Knock. There were no other...
I checked a map of New Eridu. This spot, it's another Hollow entrance.
A clue delivered right to us.
We were just stressing over a lack of leads, and now one conveniently falls into our laps? Something about this feels off.
No shit.
You're sure it's just a disappearance for now, and nothing more serious has happened, right? If that's the case, the situation is still manageable. No matter how shaky the clue is, let's keep investigating. Just be careful. Any casualties, and this will become something beyond our control. At that point, stop the commission and contact me. I'll bring in some professional Hollow experts to deal with the situation.
Shepard hurries out again and turns to Charon, who seems unsettled. Has she... Goddammit.
Thank you for not revealing what really happened to that information broker.
It's nothing, by the way. It's nothing, but why?
Don't mention it, but why keep secrets? From a practical standpoint, wouldn't calling for backup have been the safer move?
The killer is a sniper who has no qualms about taking lives. Judging by the victim's injuries, it's clear they know how to deal a fatal blow and how to inflict pain without causing death. Most Hollow Raiders lack experience dealing with snipers. If they encounter the killer, it's likely to end in a difficult fight, or worse, casualties. And besides...
Sorry, I'm just turning off auto here, because there was a symbol that there was a slight issue with internet connection, so it might cut out. Or the thing that I'm using for... well, I'm using remote play to record this, so... just in case that might cut out.
Asking for help from others would only delay the search. The client is at risk right now, so I think we should follow the clues and enter the Hollow as soon as possible to ensure their safety.
That's too risky.
I may have kept it from Shepard, but I have to admit, it's too dangerous. That location message seems cagey. It could be a trap to lure us in.
That's because it most likely is, because the client is the fucking killer. I mean, you can't be any more obvious. The client has to be the killer here.
I understand, I really do. But what if we're late and something happens to the client?
Who totally isn't the killer.
Why is the client so important to you, Charon? Would you be willing to tell us? Are you so set on finding them because they're connected to the person you've been looking for?
The client's true identity might be the very person I've been looking for. And if not, they most certainly have some vital information. Since leaving the military, I've spent years searching for my missing teammates. They were more than just comrades who trusted me with their lives. To me, someone raised as an orphan, they were family. I've scoured countless hollows and every corner of New Eridu to find them, but I've never found a single lead. Until I met you and heard that melody on the harmonica. It's called Homecoming. My squad leader composed it. Only our squad knew it. And yet that client of yours not only knows the song, but also gave you the sheet music. Please, Proxy. This client is the only lead I have left. I'm certain my teammates are still alive. If this trail goes cold, I don't know when I'll get another chance to reunite with them.
If they're still alive, could there really be no trace of them after all these years? Belle's gaze towards you seems to convey such a question, but then, thinking about how you're also switching for your teacher, it doesn't seem all that hard to understand. I'll help you.
I understand how anxious you must be right now. We can help you, but we really need to be careful this time.
Oh, right.
Thank you, Proxy. I feel much better knowing I have your support. You can trust me. I'll protect you if the killer is really waiting for us in the Hollow. We'll make it out in one piece.
Wait. Hang on. Is this seriously like one very long story here? Long video then. Because normally these agent stories have like a cutoff, so if this is like one long story, that's a new one. To me anyway.
Pick me, and I promise you'll earn big. Is it work?
This is my blade is ready.
Don't just think about it. Do it. Standing.
Did you cook? Relax. It's like a walk in the park.
I mean, why not? I should really level up some of my agents up to a level 60 at least. A lot of them aren't built, but, you know. That entrance, though, and that cave.
Looks like there's something here. Is this a communicator?
Proxy, look at this. A communicator left right at the Hollow's entrance.
Alright. Why would there be a communicator here?
Why is there a communicator here? It doesn't look like it was left behind randomly.
There's hardly any dust on its surface, which means it was only placed here recently. It looks like someone wants us to use it.
Oh, such decisiveness. Following random location info without even thinking twice. I'm glad, Sniper of Liar Squad.
Let me guess. The one person that we haven't found yet is the blonde person described with a mole on their face somewhere. Liar Squad?
Liar Squad? What's that? More importantly, who are you?
Sniper. Or should I say Charon now? Haven't you shared your past with our dear Proxy? If introductions aren't your strong suit, I'd be happy to show you how. You can call me Grim Vulture, the one behind this string of murders. You see, I've been working my way down a list, crossing off names. And now, Charon of Liar Squad, your name's next.
Looks like you've done your homework on me. Just because my presence interfered with your plan, you've decided to take me out for good?
I thought you were just going to be another obstacle in my way. And now, with you in my sights, this must be some kind of destiny.
I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I'm looking for someone. Given that you're waiting at the Hollow entrance they shared, I'm guessing you have them. If you hand them over, perhaps we can make a deal.
Karen suddenly dodges to the side, raises her gun, and fires using her body to shield Eo's In the next instant, a bullet flies past her and hits the ground. Her shot flew off into the distance, and there's only one thing that's for certain. I didn't hit the Grim Vulture.
So your version of making a deal is stalling for time to locate me and lining up your shot? Can't say I'm surprised. After all, that's exactly what I plan to do too.
Yeah, true.
You seem to have rather unique eyes, but you'll never get the chance to hit me. After all, no one's better at counter-sniping than me.
Seems talking won't resolve this, but I'm not averse to using force.
Now that's the spirit! If you're looking for someone, why not search the hollow for clues? Providing you can survive both my attacks and those of the Ethereals, of course. Oh, and I've prepared a little gift for all your trouble. I hope you still have that determined look on your face after seeing it.
Oh boy.
Watch out for Grim Vulture taking shots from afar. Is there nothing we can do? I found a box.
Alright. A rather creepy box. It's giving off an unsettling stench. You have a bad feeling that opening it would be asking for trouble. You glance at Charon behind you, or beside you, who has fallen silent. Clearly she's having the same feeling right now. She's hesitant about whether to open this box. Alright. Charon, wait, don't open it. Charon opens the box anyway. Alright. A blood-stained tattered military cape, carelessly crumpled and stuffed into the corner of the box. Though the owner's identity remains unknown, the message it conveys can only mean one thing. Death. Don't touch what's in the box. Charon reaches out and picks up a military cape from the box. Her fingers tracing its shape, her lips tremble. I'm okay. Roxy, if my sense of touch isn't decisive or deceiving me, this appears to be the outfit of my former teammate War, or a replica of it. So this is a surprise. Grim Vulture mentioned. I see now. Alright, let's keep moving, Foxy. Charon goes silent, yet she has chambered another round. You can sense her hands trembling slightly while her grip grows even stronger.
You still remember what's inside the box, right?
Through the thing.
The
Wow.
one sticks always wore.
Copy.
Curious as to how he died? I'll tell you. He took his own life. Well, it wasn't much different from being offed by ethereals.
Vanished.
Time to pin them down.
You don't have what it takes.
materials had almost completely taken over his body. He was defrosted, covered in ether crystals. His core was fully formed.
For wind. Okay.
Oh, well, that was a waste.
Oh, so proud of, with just one last shell inside.
Man, this bitch is morbid.
Another high-pressure ether tank. And a lot of ethereals have already been drawn to it.
We did it, Proxy. Let's keep moving.
Oh, whoops. The second box emits an ominous aura that unsettles. That unsettling stench seems to warn you that its contents, just like the previous box, will give you an obviously wretched experience. Charon's breathing grows heavy. She stands still for several seconds, seemingly trying to control her emotional turmoil. Charon, don't push yourself. Finally, she opens the box. A pair of blood-stained, tattered military gloves lie twisted in the corner of the box. It's clear that whoever placed them in here hadn't just tossed them in carelessly. They had been deliberately arranged with malicious intent. Charon picks up the gloves once she once again feeling their contours and icy touch. Her lips torn pale. Just as I thought, these are from one of my squad mates too. Charon. Let's keep moving, Proxy. Following this route should lead us to Grim Vulture's hideout. I'm fine. Charon picks up her weapon again, but there's an unmistakable tremor of unease in her voice.
Acheron's favorite gloves. It wasn't easy getting my hands on them.
I was gonna wait until
As expected of such a famous, beautiful commander, even her not so stylish. Such a pretty... Oh yeah. Both her hands were missing. Don't you think that's a shame, little sniper? Such beautiful hands that they could no longer hold. Ethereals gnawed off her arms and part of her leg as well.
Weakling.
But she still had some backbone. She stood tall, even in death.
Well, let me guess, this is
just as I said. She died from multiple fatal wounds. Even the most beautiful flower will wither without protection, won't it?
So I'm assuming that the Grim Vulture here is the
Wind speed and direct.
is the only sole survivor of the
Think
squad,
I'm telling
aside
the truth
from
or a lie this time?
Charon here.
Right. Yeah. How long do you intend to keep up this game of cat and mouse?
Over here!
I'll be coming to your hideout soon. Wipe that smile off your face and wait. Wait and see what I'm going to do.
Whoops.
No problem.
Alright. There is still a third box. Honestly, I'm assuming that Grim Vulture is obviously the client But I also think that, from what I can tell, she's probably like pissed at, or she's probably from the same squad as Karma or Charon, and is probably pissed at being abandoned or something like that. Alright, you grab Charon's hand, trying to stop her from opening it, but she lifts the box's lid almost manically. The third box contains a bloodstained corner of clothing and a severely damaged piece of engineering equipment, also stained with blood. Charon picks them up, her trembling fingers feeling their shape. She doesn't speak, neither about the plans for pursuing Grim Vulture, nor about which of her companions these items belong to. Until the command our hands ring again. Grim Vulture's voice.
Congratulations! You found the third box. Inside is... Who was it again? Oh, right. A piece of bloody fabric from Cocytus's clothes and some damaged engineering gear stained with Leafy's blood. There weren't enough boxes, so I had to cram them together. They're just a medic and an engineer, not exactly combat material, right? Surely you're not mad, are you?
Alright, Charon's face turns deadly pale. She silently picks up her the bloodstained items from the box, her spirit visibly shaken. Alright, enough.
That's enough. Using her squadmates who are like family to mentally torture her. How much longer are you planning on doing this?
Oh dear, did I go too far? My sincerest apologies. It's just, watching you plunge headfirst into my trap was so entertaining. I may have gotten a bit carried away, you know? Relax, the person you're looking for isn't here, and those are just fakes. I didn't actually take them from her comrades. Her comrades are long since corpses in the hollow, after all. How could I possibly have gotten hold of their clothes?
Alright, hang on. A surge of rage tears to drown all thoughts just as you are about to retort, a crisp gunshot rings out. Charon's shot is clean and decisive, carrying an unmistakable intent to kill. But from the response on the other end of the communicator, it seems she missed her target.
A decisive strike to be sure. But as I've already said, your awareness, sight, and experience mean nothing in front of a more skilled sniper.
I didn't expect to kill you so easily. There was a subtle change in your ether fluctuations the moment I fired. That was all I needed. You knowing my past makes me feel sick. But after seeing that you're just a coward who feels fear from another's killing intent, it doesn't bother me as much anymore.
Coward, you say? How fascinating! You were little more than a hollow shell before. But now that you've bared your teeth, you've started looking somewhat respectable. I know your composure is nothing more than a facade. You've never truly faced the weight of your comrades' deaths, have you? I bet your mind is now filled with their dying screams.
Her squadmates are still alive. You have no right to taunt her.
We both believe her squad is still alive. You can stop with the lies. Why are you so fixated on Charon? Just because she used to serve in the Defense Force? She has nothing to do with your target.
Nothing to do with it? Then why don't you go ask her about it? What surprises me more is you actually believe her teammates are still alive. Don't tell me she dragged you into all this danger without telling you anything.
Oh dear.
Shut up.
If she won't tell you, I will. Those so-called alive squad mates of hers went missing during the fall of the old capital. I'm sure you know exactly what that means. When the old capital fell, countless Defense Force soldiers were either killed by ethereals or became them. The surviving soldiers, struggling to defend themselves, never had the opportunity to carry their comrades' bodies out of Hollow Zero. Obviously, her squad mates, the members of Liar Squad, were among the dead. But since their bodies were never found, she insists they're still alive. Even going as far as to deceive her own proxy. It's laughable.
I didn't lie to the proxy. They're alive. I have proof. Someone like you could never understand.
I could never understand? You think it's hard to understand your childish thought process? If you really have solid proof, why not tell me? Come on, let's hear it!
My eyes. I lost nearly 90% of my vision during the fall of the old capital. But in return, I gained the ability to see what others can't. Every second of every day for years, I've seen my squad mates. Not as fleeting shadows, but vivid and lifelike. They've never disappeared. They're alive, waiting for me to find them. Why else would I have been given these eyes?
That's your proof? Did you hear that? Proxy hiding in the bamboo. She spent years chasing after people who couldn't possibly exist, all because of some ghostly visions. You'd rather believe those visions of your teammates are real-time projections than accept that they're dead. What if I told you the way I described their deaths before was the absolute truth? Will you finally face reality? Or will you keep fooling yourself, believing in ghosts? I guess you'll keep deceiving yourself, because that's how you survive.
I'm not lying to myself. I really
want to find your squad mates who have been missing for years and were officially declared dead? You couldn't protect them when the old capital fell, and now you're just making up stories to fool yourself. Give yourself some so-called reason to go on, to latch on to any stupid excuse. You're just a selfish, naive coward who did nothing and couldn't do anything when your comrades were dying.
Called it. She's a former squad mate. Charon stands there, speechless. Grim Vulture's ruthless verbal assault has clearly struck home. The little color that had briefly returned to her face drains away, leaving her visibly shaken, unable to muster a single word in rebuttal.
Giving up already? At least you've got a shred of dignity left. Nothing disgusts me more than a useless hypocrite. Enough of this. Time to die, coward.
Charon is not a coward.
Charon is not a coward. Someone who enters the Hollows despite the condition of their eyes is anything but a coward. At the very least, she's far braver than a criminal like you, who hides in the shadows, enjoys torturing others, and is constantly in fear of being caught.
Proxy,
Your proxy sure has a way with words. I won't waste any more of my breath. Just die already.
Analysis of the surrounding fissure complete. I've completed analysis of the surrounding fissures. Charon, snap out of it. We can use that fissure to escape.
Fissures? When did you... Still trying to play tricks.
no hope of counterattack, you practically drag Charon, turning to run towards the fissure that had escaped Grim Vulture's notice. You are just as the bullet is about to strike, you manage to escape through the fissure. Well, shit. This is gonna be a long one. Like, I'm assuming this is like one complete story and not just split into 3 parts. Like, god damn it. Alright. You escape from the hollow, return to the video store, bringing along Charon, who's lost all will to fight. She seems more traumatized than you imagined. Repeatedly touching her eyes, silent and distant.
Charon? Do you want some hot cocoa? I'm sure you're exhausted after such a tough fight. You should get some rest.
Thanks, but I'm fine.
Don't let Grim Vulture get to you.
Don't listen to Grim Vulture. They'd say anything to get under your skin. Once we start doubting the truth, we've fallen into their trap.
No, Proxy. I think Grim Vulture has a point. Maybe it's all just in my head. The things Grim Vulture left. When I touched them, I was reminded of the day the old capital fell. I felt the same sensation when I touched an injured comrade. I tried to shake off that feeling, but the truth is, I can't stop thinking about the possibility that all my squad mates are dead.
The day the old capital fell.
Would you be willing to share more? What really happened on the day the old capital fell with you and the Liar Squad?
That day, in the first hour Hollow Zero started expanding. Defense Force HQ thought it was just a normal Hollow disaster, and thought they could suppress it with the standard amount of troops. Liar Squad was among the first troops sent there. Before we left, our superiors promised reinforcements would be on the way to support us in combat, so we didn't need to worry too much about facing the Ethereals. But soon after we began the mission, we realized things weren't going to go like we thought. The Ethereals came at us like an endless tide. The Hollow expanded beyond control, and more importantly, the reinforcements never came. The Defense Force troops outside the Hollow soon realized this was no ordinary disaster. Hollow Zero was devouring Eridu at horrifying speed. The reinforcement plan was called off, and the promised troops retreated. Honestly, even if they had come to help, it wouldn't have changed anything. I watched as members of the advanced force around me died one after another, or were corrupted into Ethereals. Our squad slowly lost the strength to maintain formation. I was a weak point in our formation. An ether shot fired by an Ethereal hit my eyes, corrupting them. Because of that and several other wounds, I shortly lost consciousness. I'm not sure how long I was out, but just before losing my vision, I briefly regained consciousness. The last thing my eyes saw was my squad mate standing in front of me, looking back. When I woke up again, I was already back at base. The higher-ups detonated the Shiryu pillars, and finally managed to bring Hollow Zero under control. I don't know who rescued me from the Hollow, but none of my squad mates had made it out. For some reason, the image of my squad mates being the last thing I saw has stayed in my mind. It must be some kind of sign. A sign that they're still alive. Don't you think? They must have continued fighting after I fell unconscious, eventually getting lost in some hollow and losing contact with the main force, left to wander between the various hollows of New Eridu. That must have been what happened, right? The Defense Force? Civilians? No one believes me. So I decided to find them myself. The reason behind these eyes. It's got to be to guide me to finding them still alive. Am I wrong, Proxy? Are these eyes pointless? I knew that's what you thought. Interpreting what my eyes see as proof my squad mates are still alive is just wishful thinking. But if they're really gone, Why would I have been given these eyes, which bring nothing but pain, if they're truly no longer alive? How can I apologize to them in person? Tell them I'm sorry. Sorry for being so weak. Sorry that I failed to protect them. Their faces are all so blurry. I can't see their expressions. I can't even bear to look at them. If their final look at me was filled with resentment and disappointment, I wouldn't know how to handle it.
Hold Charon's hand. Wipe away the tears. Or wipe Charon's tears away.
Charon, listen to me. Even if everyone else thinks you're wrong, Belle and I will always stand by your resolve to find your squad mates. You don't need to make any justifications. Because someone close to us is missing too. And we desperately hope she's still alive. Even if the whole world doesn't understand, we will never give up. But I also think, being consumed by this obsession, unable to move forward, that's not what those who matter to us would want.
That's right. Charon, you're a very kind person. Maybe that's why you feel responsible for protecting everyone, and regret when you can't do enough. But you don't have to carry it all on your own.
Oh, what's that glitching occurring up on the... Oh. There's a glitch occurring here. I'm gonna have a cut here, so maybe I can fix this, but I'll see you guys in a sec.